Hello friends and welcome to tuteslearns.com. This is Virender, and in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to use variables in PHP. So I had already created a file in PHP and I'm gonna use my PHP codes in between this HTML body, and this is how we normally work with PHP. PHP is normally always embedded in between the HTML body, and as you can see that as you had seen in the earlier videos that we had used HTML tags in between these PHP codes. In a similar way we use our PHP in between this HTML body. So before we do anything, first things first, make sure that you had start your WAM server. Well, I did had started it, and let me go to the localhost first and let me make it quick. So localhost, go to PHP, and there you should have to write localhost/php there. And as you can see, there are now two files named var.php. Click it if you had saved it. Well, I had saved my file with the name var.php, that's why I had clicked it. Now let's type and create some PHP, but before that let me tell you what is a variable. A variable is, you can think of as a container which holds value in it and which is not fixed. So in a container you can change values or items. In a similar way, in a variable you can change the values. And so let's get started. $a, and the how we create PHP variables are always, the variables in PHP are always started with a dollar symbol, and after that you can either put any alphabet starting from A to Z or the symbol underscore. Except underscore, you can't use any other symbol or digits. So after that you can write A or even use digits. So now let's type and give it a name $a, and well, let's hold a value here named Virender there, and declare any other variable, actually creating it, and give it a value 50. In a similar way, create another variable and give it a float value, say 60.5. Now I had declared three variables here, a, b, and c. Actually not declared but created. And as you can see, I haven't declared any of the data types here. For example, I haven't declared that it should be string, it should be integer, and it should be float. But the PHP is smart enough to get it will get it that what type of data type we are talking about. So if you use echo dollar the $a, $b, and $c, and let me put it into double quotes so that they can be printed. Now if you save it and go to Chrome and refresh it, there we render 50 and 60.5, so it works perfectly fine. And there is another function that I would like to show you, var dump, and this is basically a function which returns a variable data type and the value it stores. So if I type $b there and save it, so look, b is holding a value of 50 and the data type is int, that is integer. Well, we haven't declared that it should be int, but the PHP get it, and that's why I'm telling that PHP is very smart and it works in a very effective way. In a similar way, C, Alt Tab F5, so C is holding a float data type and a value of 60.5. So let's check out for A there, a string type named Virender, and the length of Virender is 8, which is indeed right. And that's how we use our variables, that's how we create them. Also, if you change the variable, you can change it, like let me do anything like ram or whatever. So save it, or tab F5. So now the value has been replaced by Virender by Ram. So that's why they are called variables, because the values are not fixed, they can be changed anytime. And I think that's it for the video. I told you how to create variables, and I also told you that even we are not declaring the data types to these variables, still the variables hold that what type of data they are storing. So, and also we had used a function var dump, and you know what it does. So thank you, and in the next video we will be demonstrating you something called global variables and local variables and even static variables. So thank you and have a nice